This Dr. Ramani lady is just awesome. Talking about this whole, well, really explaining it in such a way that it's easy for me to understand the whole bullshit psychology thing. Narcissism. I mean, it's real, y'all. People just, throw it out there like it's, you're a narcissist. Oh, wow. I'm going to share this video in a link, with a link in the description, talking about the whole family thing, and I get it. Oh my God. Families are basically living, and this is everywhere in this country, with regard to 100% of their children, I noticed, from single mothers, and then of course just mothers, they're all a bunch of narcissists, 100% of females that I've met. And then of course, I would say easily more than 90% of men are trying to live through their children and not letting the child live their own life. I mean, people have not lived as narcissists, and getting out of that whole scapegoating. LeBron James is a great example of this. I mean, his mom Gloria, she would really, live through him. Michael Jordan lived his own life. Many of these athletes did their own thing. The movie, now when I think about it, Rudy, okay, like he was in a locker room and talking to some of the guys, and some of the guys just saying, hey man, I didn't want to come to school here. I don't want to play football. My family did this kind of stuff, and that's what I got into. Just eat some potato chips. Anyway, where I'm coming from, though, with regard to the whole scapegoating thing, and I got out of it, I didn't realize that I came from extreme narcissism. Hello? I mean, look at the public records. My mother, she got caught selling cocaine to the wrong people. They'll go to the grand jury on you, okay? But of course, whose fault was it? Still to this day, she's blaming me. Great. Message, prosecutors, detectives, narcotics departments, everywhere in the world. I'm guilty. I was selling cocaine when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. My first wife accused me of this through court pleadings. I was selling drugs. But my mom took the blame for it. And she did like 3 years, something like that. Yeah, so anyway, all the drugs. They did the drugs because of me and sold. Well, it was actually me selling somehow. So I learned how to sell drugs. I know the business because I was raised in it, but obviously because I've been not staying clean, including alcohol, cow's milk cheese, which is a narcotic and a hormonal drug, or an hormonal drug, however we say it. And then, of course, white refined sugar. So what else? No selling, no using, okay, which is very rare in this country. The very high majority of Americans are either using illegal drugs or alcohol. That just infuriates my family where I came from. Literally, 100% of my family, my grandparents, both sides of my mom and dad, okay, and then my mom and dad, and then every single person who've ever been around, whether they got new marriages or whatever, 100%, half brother, half sister, they're all, my aunts, uncles, 100% of everybody, they're all using either illegal drugs and or cigarettes, and of course the issue of alcohol. Now there's nobody just smoking cigarettes and not doing alcohol too. They're doing everything. They're all alcoholics and drug users. But I'm the bad guy because I don't do any of that stuff. Or maybe I'm making up lies and I really do these things. Test me whenever you want. Anyway, and I'll pay for it too. And you're gonna go ahead and put it up on. I've been accused of having STDs too, because I don't do your condom bullshit, which I post my results right on Facebook. Click on my albums and click on body. 42 years old. Okay, what else? So a big thing about my family is that they're extreme racists, like most people in the white community. Radical racist. Oh man, my family got so fucking mad when I went out and got the cassette. Back then it was cassettes, okay? What's up? Called The Predator by Ice Cube. What's up? Great album. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no smog. And mama cooked a breakfast with no hog. I got my grill bone, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from my girl, wanna dig out. So hooked it up for later as I hit the door. Thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to switch, had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, and not a jacker in sight. And everything is alright. I love that song, man. Got a beat from Kim, and she could fuck all night. Called up the homies, which court y'all playing basketball. Get me on the court, and I'm trouble. Last week, fucked around and got a triple-double. So, this album, though, was dedicated to, I guess you think the hope for justice in the black community. So this is when I really, the 1990s is when I really saw how just disgusting, and not only my family wasn't there, just oh, Rodney King, he probably deserved to get beat up by his white cops. And then I still didn't really come all the way over to understand the extreme racism in the United States of America until I fell in love with Malcolm X, reading and studying the autobiography of Malcolm X in my Black History class, first year of college at the Cleveland State University, where I was actually a minority. So yeah, the big thing about my family is that they're extreme racists. I mean, they despise anything that's not anything that's not white. Guess what? Their neighbors, they end up getting neighbors where they call them sand, beautiful people from, I don't know, somewhere in the Mideast, but they're Arabic, so of course they didn't like them. And this is in the white North Olmsted, Ohio, And then of course there's just racism all over my family. They just don't like blacks. Like, what the hell, And that's both my, but that's, I'm not talking about my grandparents. That's just, you're going to see that more often because, born in 37 and 40. They didn't like the fact that I was going to Cleveland State University because obviously I would be a minority. I'm like, that's awesome, man. What's up? I play, I like to play basketball, and you don't see too many good white ballers. Another thing too that really pissed them off, I didn't get along too much with the financial advisors at Merrill Lynch. Yeah, they loved that I was working at Merrill Lynch. They really I was interning there in 1999. Remember his name, Merrill Lynch, okay? Which they changed their name since then. It's called Merrill now. they kind of started paying attention after almost 100 years being called Merrill Lynch. So I interned for Merrill Lynch, and I ended up obviously you can see my company. I started in 2005. I did my own thing, okay? Jason Warner Investments, LLC. But I also worked at Legg Mason. But I ended up doing different type of investments. Obviously, I'm heavily into crypto, but I'm not even into investments. They were big into the whole long-term bullshit and retirements and all that white supremacy bullshit. And I'm not into any kind of white supremacy that they're into. And it's not just my family, though. It's really one of those things whereby you see in all white families, they're trying to live through you. And even in black families, too. They just want to keep doing whatever white says, And that white supremacy extends into, not just vaccinations, but just the way the medical community wants you to live your life. So that should piss them off that, I was diagnosed with these extremely debilitating and blinding diseases in 1997. And I'm actually, I'm constantly improving eyesight. You can see it here. It's been improving, LHON, MS, all these different things, but they're LHON everywhere in my family. I'm the only person who actually got affected, so let's just leave it that way. I'm the only person who's been affected with the eyesight. I think they've all been hit with the mitochondrial issue, though, too. Yeah, so I'm not doing the, I can get them pretty much for free. It's called DMTs, disease-modifying treatments. I did Avonex back in the 1990s. Pissed them off that I didn't continue with it for the MS. Copaxone, Tecfidera, what else? Beta interferons, needle things and pills and stuff like that. I don't do anything. The fact that I'm so healthy Haven't been the slightest bit sick since 2012. What's up? And the fact that it's not like I'm not, sucking on the white supremacy dick, It's like, and then of course I ran for office and I was like all about black power, baby power, pro-life, pro-family, pro-marriage. Well, you're supposed to be supportive of a person's right to, kill a child. That's my pizza. And I didn't go along with that. It really pissed him off. Military. Oh my God, my family is military. I didn't go along with that. So that pissed him off. There's so many things that, the narcissism is like... Military, by the way, is white advancement of... more advancement of and expansion of white supremacy. No, I ain't doing that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, you people in the Navy, and Marines, Army, Air Force, you can go fuck yourself. Which they do. They do fuck themselves a lot, and that's what's really, drawing these people into that service. They like to go fuck each other and fuck themselves. So yeah, meet my pillow. I'm resting. I mean, I got a lot of sun today. Beach yesterday, 2 days in a row at the beach, in the water. I've been cleaning out. I feel like I'm cleaning out because I've been sneezing a lot since the first week of May. This hasn't happened in years, y'all. And I've been hearing the allergies have been really the worst that they've had in a long time here in Florida. And then of course, yeah, the whole thing of the whole being a sun, what do you call that? Sun worshiper, or just my whole lifestyle. Crypto, that's the anti-white. And then of course the whole snowbird and all that stuff. You're supposed to suffer in Cleveland. Fuck that. I'm not doing SNOW. Yuck. Wow. So yeah, the whole narcissist thing is in every area of my life, but it's all America, y'all. That's just the way it is. And I've been meeting so many people from different countries, and they're like, these children don't get to live their own lives. They're manipulated so badly, and I got out of it. What's up? And my own children, I see it too. And their mothers were just pissed off. My son, he got into drums, and that kind of pissed me off at first, but I'm like, well, that's him doing his own thing. And it's like, he's into it, he's figuring it out. For some reason, he's into it. It's not me, but hey, whatever, he likes it. I love people being themselves, their own independent person. That's beautiful. Well, I mean, I'm running along again, but yeah, I'm having fun. I'll just leave it here.